All right, so we've got some pretty big spoilers for season 2 of Loki from 4chan. Now, before you say, well, it's 4chan, it might not be accurate, I completely agree with that. But as we'll take a look at in this thread, this same user spoiled Secret Invasion and he spoiled Guardians 3 and he nailed it 100%. So whoever this anonymous person is, he or she is definitely somebody who's been more right than wrong. So I have to give a spoiler warning. Obviously, these things might not pan out the way that he says it or she says they will, but so far, this dude's been right on the money, this leaker. So I don't, just letting you know now, we're gonna go into some spoilers because I've been really curious about Loki season 2. That's been the one show that I am most looking forward to because that's gonna actually matter when it comes to Secret Wars, Kang Dynasty, and this whole like overarching story. Plus, I love Loki season 1. So let's go ahead and get to it right now without any further ado. Here we go. This user, Anonymous, who once again, like I mentioned, spoiled Secret Invasion and Guardians 3 accurately. There's more coming. This is what he says. He says, Loki and Mobius must protect the new timelines that emerge from the death of He Who Remains and the innocents that live in them. Kate Dickie plays older Sylvie, who tries to right her wrongs by recruiting rogue TVA agents to destroy the new timelines. So basically, Loki and Mobius are trying to protect the new timelines. Meanwhile, she's trying to destroy the new timelines. In the season 1 finale, Loki actually went back in time when TVA first formed, and He Who Remains was not hiding from the others. He later erased everybody's memories and made them believe in the Timekeepers. So that gives us more context about the finale of Secret Invasion of Loki, the last one. Ke Huy Quan plays Bo, the creator of the TVA's time technology. I'm actually curious about how that tech actually works, and I wonder if it was taken from Nathaniel Richards, aka Kang the Conqueror. Or maybe Kang the Conqueror took it from him. I'm curious about how that ties in. Loki's mind flits between TVA's past and present until Mobius brings him to Bo, who develops a device so that Loki can fully return to the present. Okay, so he's basically lost in time. That explains the Victor Timely stuff. Rafael Casal plays X5, a rogue TVA agent who attempts to exploit the temporal chaos to become a 1970s Hollywood star. That sounds like a lot of fun. During a mission to stop X5, Loki reunites with Sylvie, who is hiding in the 70s, and they eventually rekindle their romance. It's interesting because there was another leak that came out on TikTok that said that in season 2, episode 2, that she's working at a McDonald's in the 80s. So one of them is right and one of them is wrong. I don't know which one, we're going to find out. But the idea of her being lost in time, Sylvie, and if you don't remember, Sylvie was the variant female Loki that he had like a romance with from season 1. So she's like lost in time. Everything has gone to shit basically since the season finale of Loki, which really started this whole multiple timeline multiverse thing. It really sort of kicked it off. Says here, Loki's variants, aside from Richard E. Grant, classic Loki return. That's too bad because Richard E. Grant was awesome. Sylvie's variants are introduced. Well, but Sylvie is a variant. See, that's weird. Sylvie is a variant. Sylvie is a variant of Loki. So wouldn't her variants be the same ones as Loki's variants, or are they more female variants? See, remember, with this timeline, this multiverse stuff, there's like a gazillion different timelines and variants now. So I guess everyone has a variant of a variant. There's variants of variants now. What a mess. Jonathan Majors plays several Kang variants, including Victor Timely and Mr. Griffin. So we knew about Victor Timely. That's not really a big deal because that was in the post-credit scene of Ant-Man. But Mr. Griffin is interesting. So again, we get to see Jonathan Majors flexing his acting skills. He is caught up in that situation right now from New York. Remember that whole that scandal? But he appears to be coming out of it. So this was already shot before any of that happened. So it's probably going to air with him in it. I'm pretty sure it will. Now, I also want to go and talk about the Marvel spoilers because this is interesting. I think this movie's probably going to flop Might do a whole video on it. I was originally not gonna cover it, but I figure why not? I'm probably gonna see the movie so I can review it, but not because I really want to see the movie. I'm just being honest with you guys. I'll do a whole video about this separately. So this is what's gonna happen in Captain Marvel. So again, like I said before, beware of spoilers if you care. I have a feeling most of you guys probably don't care that much. We'll see if this makes us care. Carol Danvers finds out that the Kree commander Dar Ben has created a machine powered by one of the Negabands to steal natural resources from other planets in order to rebuild hers. The machine disrupts the powers of Carol, Monica Rambeau, and Kamala Khan, causing them to switch places at random when they use them. Yeah, you kind of see that in the trailer. You kind of see that. That fits with that. Dar Ben steals Kamala's bangle, which is the other Negaband, making her machine more powerful. I don't know anything about the Negabands, yo. That's something that's kind of beyond my scope when it comes to Marvel knowledge. I've never read anything about those, so you might want to check out like Comics Explained if he does a video on these right around the time the movie comes out. There's probably a video about them now. I'm not familiar with them. The Marvels join forces to learn how to synchronize their powers and visit planet Aladdin to alert Prince Yan, whom Carol accidentally married during a previous visit. That's weird. That is a weird story point. The Aladrians communicate through song and dance. Carol has to sing to warn them about Dar Ben. It's cringe and will probably be reshot. Huh. I mean, a lot of things that Brie Larson does is cringe. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not one of those channels that hates on her. I know a lot of channels do. I don't even care. Like, I don't pay attention to her. But the more she speaks in public, the more people are like, dude, just shut up and make movies. You know what I mean? Anyways, it says here, the Marvels save Aladdin. Dar Ben then targets Earth for being Carol's homeworld, but the Marvels manage to repel her with the help from Nick Fury and Sword. Well, that doesn't surprise me. And then it says at the bottom here, Monica manages... No, the Marvels chase Dar Ben back to Hala for the final battle, during which the machine becomes unstable and accidentally creates an incursion. Huh. Yeah, I mean, multiverse. Monica manages to seal it, but becomes stranded in another universe. Carol decides to return to Earth to help Fury search for her and keep training Kamala. So... originally, this movie was going to be called Captain Marvel 2, and it was going to be mostly about, I think it was the same story, but mostly about Carol training Kamala. But it looks like it'll be more about her just meeting Kamala and, them being the Marvels. But still, I don't think that the Miss Marvel show was successful and talked about enough to warrant this movie even being made. But it was already made, so it's going to come out. You can't stop it now. It is what it is, right? Personally, it feels very skippable. The only main point here that's interesting is that Monica's in a different universe, but I feel like when we get to Secret Wars, everyone's going to be involved, so she may actually jump back into the main MCU universe. I guess it's Earth 616, even though it's got a different number in the comics, and, continue on with that. So... what do y'all think about the Loki stuff and the Marvel stuff? I don't know. The Loki stuff sounds like a lot of fun. The Marvel stuff, I'm not interested. And I'm being honest with you. It has nothing to do with Brie Larson and, her being cringe. Yeah, she's cringe, but I don't care about what actors say outside of their own movies because it's a movie. I want to enjoy the movie. But this plot right here just doesn't seem that interesting. It really doesn't. It just seems like it's giving me like Thor: The Dark World vibes. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like something that's just there to kind of fill up time and not really be a big deal. Remember, Endgame had to make Thor 2 matter more because it didn't matter at all. So maybe Secret Wars will make this one matter more. I don't know. What do you think, yo? Let me know down below. And yeah, the Marvels and Loki. We'll see if they can turn the ship around for Phase 5. Catch you in the next video.